Well, welcome to episode 33 or whatever it is. Game week 38 review and the season ender. And wow, it's been just an immense season, everybody. Just want to dress and look a bit the part, make an effort, and toast the season. And thanks to everyone in FPL Top Dogs, Ballyhaunis, a drop of Jim Bean, my favorite. I know there's JD, but you can't beat a bourbon. So thanks to everybody in the league entering FPL Top Dogs, the Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League, Kirkclap Memorial Cup, and the King of the Travellers. Cheers, lads, and everybody. Oh, excuse my no, so that's good. I'm going to be sipping that throughout the day and the evening. So, what do we have? Well, basically, I'm going to just have a look to see who our winner is. Go through some of the leagues. I've got some graphs done, probably nearly 20 graphs. So I'm just going to try and skip through because they go from game week 1 to game week 38. It's the overall position after each game week. I've took the statistics from everybody's timeline over the season. And I've also got a review of all the mocks that I did and just a memory lane of the season and just some opinions and where we are at the moment. There's a lot of sort of transfer activity. Is Harry Kane going to go to Real Madrid? Man United is a bit touch and go now. Um, and also, McAllister's leaving Brighton, possibly going to Liverpool, which is wow. That guy's got the world at his feet. Liverpool, no Champions League. Need to keep an eye on. I'm surprised because it seems to be only Liverpool at the moment, and there's a lot agreed up to now with McAllister and Brighton. I just don't know why he has to go. Um, Brighton and Liverpool Europa League football next season. What's kind of the difference? And De Zerbi's doing a fantastic job, and I think Brighton was the key to our winners' success this season. In my opinion, it was a massive key. He jumped on his Brighton lads probably as quick as anybody did, and before the doubles came up, just an inspired move, and that was seriously such a close competition this year. And also Postecoglou, um, whatever his name is, the Australian from Celtic. He's in talks with Daniel Levy at Tottenham. So there's lots going on. This will be the last episode of the season, the review, and let's get into it. So let's share the screen and see what we have. So yeah, let's have a look anyway and declare for posterity that Rory Halford from Lusk. I think Lusk somewhere in around Dublin, north, North Dublin area. He was introduced by Stevie Stratnolan. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. There's definitely some sort of a glitch here tonight. Anyway, that's Lusk. Um, so Stevie Stratnolan, he seems to know Rory, and he asked me to put Rory in the league, and he's in. I put a few people in after the buzzer. I think Rory Warden went in as well. Few people went in a few game weeks after, but I think Rory was in from the start. So yeah, Rory takes over as the winner of the Christy Nicholson and league. Oh, internet is gone here. can't have any fun at all in this life. So Rory there, 2,565 points, 59, so 55 points the last game week. Went pretty safe with Salah, the 4-4 against Southampton. Matoma going out, took a punt on Mahrez and Haaland for Kane, probably last minute. We were all on Kane last minute. I think 3 minutes before the deadline, I got on to, I think it was 3 minutes to three. And I just made that transfer for Haaland to Kane last minute. Everybody did it. I suppose should have went on and captained them. But Rory wins his first Christy Nic. He's apparently a big fan of the league. He's well aware of it. And we have Stevie Strat there to thank. Stevie Strat finished in fourth, a great surge in the end. And he claims the fourth place for the Kirkclap Memorial Cup, which is a tribute to my friend from California who was a referee and a Man United fan. And he passed away suddenly and shockingly in 2014. So need to acknowledge that. And also second place, Joey, going for the three in a row, just misses out. Kind of gazumped by Rory. I think we've all been gazumped by the mission. Okay, why the mission? Why Rory the Mission Harford? Well, because it's mission impossible. Who can take Joey the Commando Neenan down? It's just like an impossible task. He's MacGyver, Man at Arms, He-Man, the Terminator, Rambo, all rolled in one. Our Joey, absolute great stalwart, phenomenal. To have such strength and depth around the Ballyhaunis. I'm going to mention Ballinlough and Roscommon and Galway, Milltown to Irishtown, Knock. I want to encompass it. Now we have Dublin. I'm here in London. I'm the guru, as they say. Vince, Val, Wega, Frayne. I suppose I'm the chairman of the top dogs at the minute, but I'd like to have some sort of a committee or something that we should do when I get back home in July the 8th. We'll figure something out. We should have a committee, people more, but Stevie Nolan is in Australia with the dancer, Jack Malone, and Shane Luigi Faceman Healy is over in Vietnam, traveling the world, and people are all over the place. So it will be hard, but we'll keep in communication. But Joey, commiserations there. We'll just go a little bit deeper in what's happened, especially the top three. Yeah, the Mission Halford, that was basically in my mind the last few game weeks of who could actually take down Joey. That was like what I would deem a mission impossible. So, I've definitely Rory is the mission, and that's it. And I think everyone's stuck to that. I've had word back from Rory; he's delighted, and he respects the Christy Nic, and he's absolutely thrilled. And he's in our ecosystem, our community, and I'm hoping we'll have even better numbers next year. So Joey there, so in second, and James the Maverick Lyons in third. It's a great name for James. He's gone. Madison there, Leicester winning 2-1. Madison wasn't involved in the last day. Unlucky, he took a punt. You never know. Leicester looking to survive from relegation, just fell short in the end against West Ham. I suppose they would say they threw it away against Everton and Leeds and Southampton, and Madison missed that penalty as well. So it's just like ifs and buts and maybes. If my granny had wheels, she'd be a bus. But it's shocking how that Leicester managed to go down in the end, I suppose. But Sean Dice and Everton survive for the second year in a row, 17th place, which is not good enough for Everton, and that's bad enough for itself. Relief turned into sort of quelled anger in the end, and the board is at Everton. They haven't seen a game at Goodison for nearly 6 months to a year, possibly, with the animosity over there. So the Toffees need to unite, hopefully for next season. So on Sean Dice it's a steady ship. So Leeds and Sam Allardyce, obviously Southampton well relegated. and who's total mind's gone blank now. Who the other team's gone? Um, yeah, Leeds went down, Leicester went down, and Southampton went down. So yeah, so Shane unlucky in fifth. He kind of free fall. We'll see his graph later on. It's very, very obvious. He missed captaining Haaland. I think there was some point of getting Haaland back like everybody was. It could have been that Southampton game away or something that he missed out on. It was a few game weeks from the end, and that just knocked the stuff when there was about 15 points down, and that's just massive. And it's just momentum this game. So Shane just unlucky fifth there. The first gets a trophy, so Rory gets a trophy and €100, courtesy of moi. Joey gets €75. Um, James he gets €50 along with Stevie Strep 50. And as we see here that Joey also can console himself in winning the King of the Travelers. He lost out there to Jerry Freely, who likes this King of the Traveler. He does quite well in this. Han Solo Fitzmaurice loses out to Robert Cunyon there. Donny Silvermines O'Brien losing out to Eamon Phillips. I've yet to figure out a name for Eamon there. We'll figure out something. Pack Hiley losing out to Mark the Oracle Phillips. Just the last games, Luke Walsh beating Morgan the Project Lions. I took out Connor Hussmeister Hussey, Ross Commons number 5, who will be disappointed with the season in general. After last season, he came 5th. The top 5 is great to get in the Christy Nic. That's just like sort of a great milestone, the top 5. But yeah, this season, modestly respectable. We'll see where he finished, somewhere in the 20s. Sean Sniper Cool Day, wow, 27 and 18. That was a low scoring for the final game. And the rest, Starman Phillips takes out Diarmid, the big friendly giant. Phillips, Owen Collins taking out Tommy Cunyon, and Christy Snowman Kilcoris losing out to his fellow Arsenal Gooner, Fergie, Great Guns, Walsh, and the rest there, Cal Carney losing out. So it was pretty straightforward for Joey in the end. Joey had won the King of Travels last game week, and there's 50 there. King of the Travelers there for 2 trophies for Joey. 85, 75, 79, 77, 71. So won it by a margin there. 2 games. So congratulations there. Joey, Commando Neenan. Not a bad year for Joey either. We can have a quick look. In Ballyhaunis, we had the €10. We all put in €10, about 30 odd names. And just a quick confirmation that Joey can console himself with a load of money. Another mini league there, massive amount, 32 €320. So going to Joey there. I suppose Stevie Stress and Faceman, they would have been looking at this. I haven't been kind of keeping an eye on the €10 a man league here in Ballyhaunis. I suppose that was coming into play a little bit. But I didn't really catch on to it. I mean, sometimes the money is the most important for some people. But for me, it's the I know money speaks, money talks. So once you spend the money, the trophy's still there, the title's still there. This is the cash league, and there's no trophies for this. The money is the money, and it's a good day for Joey. You can make proper serious money at this FPL in mini leagues. There's loads of money that people are making out there. For myself, I'm in the Sun Fancy Dream Team at work, and I should be there with £110 myself. So even I win a couple of quid in these things. Sun Dream Team though. And this season I will have an FPL Top Dog Sun Dream Team. I'll do some sort of tutorial video and get everybody au fait. Hopefully the World Cup that we had this year I did Sun Dream team there, and a few of us in the FPL Top Dogs community. We did that, and a few of us have an idea of how that goes. So Joey losing out to Rory Halford by 6 points in the end. And Jamesy a little bit back there, never made up the 16 points, more or less. Okay, down 24 points, the -4. So, and Stevie Stret there overtaking there, Shane Healy there in fifth. David McNair, very, very well done. A lot of people who went on the Eze train there came up short there. I think um, it was either a 1-1 or a 2-1 in the end. But yeah, Eze wasn't involved in anything. Pope to the gay. This is the bench boost from David McNamara. Just a little bit too late to get a run in there. Dave's always a sort of a perennial top 10 FPL top dogs. He's just such a consistent, like it really, I haven't got a name for Dave yet. Dave, the Plimsoll line, McNamara, the Plimsoll line on the ship, just the level basically where you don't want the water to go above where the ship sinks. But he's such a level. Like this guy is consistency to the core. He's just always top 10. And what a season. Sixth, phenomenal, one of his best. But last year, I think he came fourth. Yeah, he has a trophy, I think, and his I still have it in the house, possibly. But anyway, he knows. I met him there last December, the St. Stephen's Day at the COE. Dara Hunt, congratulations, well done. I think Dara from Ahamore. A few of the Ahamore lads have done well this season. They're starting to really get get the sucking diesel with FPL anyway. And I just want to encourage more of the rivalry and more of the lads there. Dara was very busy, took a -8, 62. So overall, that's a very, very good score in the last day of the game week. Watkins scored, Kane scored two, Mellison was the unlucky one, but he captain Kane. Yeah, Dave, as you can see, captain Kane as well. See, yeah, if you sub in Kane, you might as well captain, but I was thinking that myself, but I went otherwise, that's really the story against Leeds, but I kind of had, well, come on, Leeds must do something, and Spurs are gone to the dogs, shocking season for Tottenham. So I just kind of didn't have faith in them to. I thought Leeds would have a bit more than what they turned out to have. And if that 4-1 pace, and then Luca Moore getting the last goal in the end to cap off his career at Tottenham. I have a soft spot for Luca, great guy. Nice to see him off at Spurs' last home game this season against Brentford, although it was a defeat. John C. Halpin, great friend of the Commando. He gets the top 10. He's in the top 10 top dogs hats. I had a little bit of sport and fun with John C. John Private Meekly Halpin, along with Sergeant Blast in the wacky races. The two of them are good friends. And Joy asked, make sure you get John in. And it's great to have John in here. He is starting to get back to where he usually is. He's getting very consistent, and he's, good job, Greenock Gamares for McNeely. I heard a lot of people going on the Everton train there. Yeah, congratulations there to the Crumpet, CCC Carney. What a great season. Sneaks into the top 10. Phenomenally consistent. Top 300k, not to be sniffed at. First attempt this season. Went for Rashford. Rashford had chances. Didn't put anything away, and it was a frustration. He had Fernandez. It was just probably a toss-up on the two. Looks like he had an auto sub as well for Haaland. That could have been, 30 is a bit of a disappointment, but still to be in the top 300k. Possibly missed out on the Haaland move there, but it is what it is. But he's learned a lot, and no massive harm done. Great season from Cal. Congratulations. Sean Duffy there in 10th, gains the hat. Um, I'm not sure why Joe Braid is could be down to transfers, so we'll have to see. I'm not quite sure about who George Braid or Sean Duffy specifically are, but I'll be doing my inquiries. There's loads of Duffys, um, a ton of them around the Holness area. It's hard to keep track, like it's different generations. I've got four or five generations, nearly five generations on me here. So Joe, new friends, new people. I can't wait to meet them and see who they are and have a bit of crack. I'm sure everybody knows me around town anyway. I get that often. Do you know me? Do you know me? Yeah, I do. Kieran Kiley slipped a little bit from last season, came fourth last season, 12th, won Kirk Clapham. Did he? He won I think the Kirk Clapham Memorial and the King of the Travelers, I think, won two of them. So well done, Kieran. Not a bad score. 350k. This season was just so competitive. It's just shocking. And Morgan Lyons in 13th, Owen Rowe there 14th, 15th, Adam Hickey, Patrick Caulfield 16th, Mark Phillips 16th there, just in the half a million, just over half a million. He'll be disappointed with that. Went for Madison. Great score there actually. He's got a 50 there, and the captain blanked. So yeah, the Kane train there. It's just frustrating, when Kane, I'm sure he would have been mulling over Kane or Madison, Kane or Madison. It's just even Fernandez, it's just that season where you lose all the 50-50 toss-ups. And it's just a sickener. I wish I was all these. There's Ryan Warden, who just popped in there in 16th. Sean Shaky Hair, wow. We'll see in his chart later on. It's just a absolutely terrible few months. I don't know what's happened. He has been trying. It's just like flat. Well, not flatlined. It's just totally climbing Everest, but in the opposite direction, like climbing Everest, but underwater down Everest. When you see poor old Sean's chart there, massive, leading a lot of the early running of Christy Nic for like up to half the season. But I suppose Fergal Walsh had that last season. He was leading every single game week, 16 game weeks, 17 game weeks, and it's just a long season. It's been a long year of football, folks. As a train, okay, Salah, you just couldn't trust have De Bruyne in your team this year. He's just in, out, out, in. It's uh, very little choice in that City you could really depend on all season. And Edison as well became a meme, just conceding late goals. Raya, not a bad shout, was 32 points. So that's, Sean knows himself. He'll come back stronger next season. Owen Collins in 20th, Fergie, Greg Guns Walsh in 21st. Luke Walsh, Gary Higgins, Jack Malone there, 24th. Respectable, just outside the top million his first season. So he's learned a lot. That was a very good game week. Captain Kane as well. So well done there, Jackie. Um, Terrific stuff. Harvey Barnes there. He's got him in. Eze didn't quite work out there. Unlucky blank and Madison. So if you don't take a few punts, it's just nothing to lose really. Go all out. What's the difference between 900,000 and 104,000? It just doesn't matter really. So Connor Freely there in 25th, Joey Fatty 26th, Starman, Adrian Starman Phillips in 27th. You can go down and look all down this through. Connor Hussey will be disappointed with the season in general. 1.296 million. It's just so yeah, no, so I haven't seen myself here yet. Donny Silverman's O'Brien in 30th. He want better than that. He's a solid. He's a top 10 in and around player. Richie Crinningham as well. Kind of faded away a touch in 31st. Park. Um, what was it? Rugio, Pork Rugio Rowan, the Coolio. Well, it's a bit met as well. Loads of people punted on the Madison thing. Saka did score, so and Watkins scored. Tony suspended now for 6 months. Never mind. Try again next season there. Kilkenny there in 33rd. Gary Freely 34th, 35th there. Keith Keith Robinson. Christy Snowman took me out. I was really earmarking, trying that kind of motivated me to do the best I could, try and get up to Christy, break the top 2 mil out of 11.5 million. I suppose it's not the end of the world, what I mean, but you want to be top 1%, don't you? The top 1% is, yeah, tough going, I suppose. 115K, that would have been nice this season, but there you go. I've been there. I've been that last season was 80. I broke 84,000 in the world. And this is a come down here, 2.128 million. Ouch. Not a bad game week. Went with Fernandez in the end. Got in Kane and Saka. Saka scored. So, um, yeah, Green Arrow that game week did quite well. Couldn't manage to get above Ivan DeMello as well. Transfers. I think I've done too many transfers and he's done less than me, so he gets above. There's a Duffy there again, so yeah, you can just go through a few more of these. Sean, Sniper, Gilday there. Some hard seasons there for a lot of people. So I'm just basically glad the whole thing's done and dusted. Like Han Solo fits Mars. He hasn't used loads of his chips like lots of people. I've been trying very hard all season to salvage this headache of a season, and just squeaking above these lads who haven't even used their chips yet. It's just so shockingly insane, and like Daz has not even used a fraction of what he's been doing. So it's wake up call of absolute. I am very, very motivated. I'm actually angry at the whole bloody thing for this season. It's shockingly terrible. And I know this is going to propel. I'm not going to have another season like this. Duncan Hannon there, a former winner of the Christy Nic, I think in 2018. Tig Morley in there. Well done, Tig. Thanks for everybody here competing. James Crane in 66th, 1989. Good year, good year, good year for music. Berlin Wall knocked down as well. Epic here, 89. Yeah, that's basically it. So thanks everybody for entering there. Right. So lots of statistics, but I had a look at this FPL optimized carry on. You can put in your code into this thing and it will come up with the team of your year. Yeah, it would be handy if I did this. So yeah, De Gea done well for me. I got 105 points from him. You can go on how many points all these guys officially got. It's just like how many of these guys points you got. 185. I was on Trippier fairly early. And so you can just have a look of your first 11 here and how many of your points came from each. So pretty, Salah, obviously, the amount of moaning I do with him. Hala really messed me up this season, especially earlier on. You can just go through all this stuff here. Some interesting stuff, especially with the captains. Yeah, this is oh, it's very busy down here tonight in the house. So this is like Haaland. This is game week one, and he scored something like 13, 4. It's probably 14 points there, possibly in the first game week. And um I don't think I had him in the here. That's a blank. So on my first team, I didn't have him. And this I captained him. He did nothing. So I got rid of him. Didn't have him. He got three. Um, I think a wild carded here, got him back, but I didn't captain him. And I captained somebody else. I think it was Salah here, game week two, as you can see, for game week four. He blanked, but you can see I've missed out on a load of points there. Um, you see, I captain Salah in the first game week, so it's a bit of it's like okay, it evened out. Um, but like a free hit, I used a free hit and a wild card just like that, very very early. I felt I got my teams wrong. I saw um, I must have was either I could go back in it, but wild card maybe that was a free hit. I had Haaland here in game week four, and then I didn't have Haaland at all. And from the get 5, 6 missed out on them points. There was a low, there was a hat trick there, possibly with Haaland or two of them. Um, yeah, so I just felt that it was Haaland and messing around at the start. Um, yeah, I know I had Bowen for a loss and he blanked a loss as well. So I just lost, hemorrhaged a lot of points earlier on, and I was playing catch up all the time. Kind of panicked. I didn't have any sort of composure about getting frustrated, transferring after the match or during the match. Um, you know, getting guys in, missing penalties, everything just went wrong. But I know where I've gone wrong. If I sat in my hands, followed. If this year was the season of the template, template won hands down. Apart from what's the name of that Wolves player that was in there and everybody's teams at the beginning. Um, yeah, but the template definitely won. The template after the World Cup won, the template of everything won, and it's just impossible to make any sort of ground on anybody. Um, so yeah, this is what I want to do. So like, how did Rory Halford win this thing? Well, I think in the beginning, well, at the end, near the end, game week 37, he had in uh, Alvarez. That was a crucial one. Well, in game week 22, he captained Rashford. That was very, very good. I suppose mostly everybody had captained. Should have possibly went back. No, I'm not gonna go. But basically, um, game week 22, he triple captain Rashford, got 60 points. Then Rory, he yeah, so by game week nine, he was yeah, got 105 points. Game week nine, that was phenomenal. The average was 48 points. So he made massive ground there. Game week 26, the wild card in game week 26 is what I have identified where everything changed. Um, I don't think is massive luck. Well, there is luck. There is luck involved. Matt, I suppose there is, but to get all these decisions right was just unbelievable. It's like I was going through his seasons and his teams, what he was doing, and it seems every call, everything he'd done, it just turned to gold. It was all right, and that's got to be a mixture of luck, being well informed, cute. Yeah, I do say this wild card is possibly what won it because if you look here in game week 25, he didn't have um Marsh from Brighton or McAllister. And I looked at his wild card. It wasn't massively different to what he has here in game week 25. And like I know it's not a massive amount of points, but he didn't panic with that wild card. He got his 51, a modest green arrow there, but getting in McAllister and March, that really laid the foundations of Joey this season. This wild card, getting in them two. Then in game week 27, um, he goes and he triple captains. Does he triple? Oh no, he gets in the triple of Bradford. Bradford players Pinnock, Henry, and Tony. Well, actually, they were in his wild card, obviously. So this is where it all paid off in the end. That wild card that he done, like getting in Pinnock, Henry, and Tony, McAllister, and March, absolutely totally destroyed. Game after game, week after game week, they kept paying up, and Brentford's defense. Loads of people would have had Ray as well, but a lot had Azvalaga. But he went for Pinnock and Henry. It's phenomenal to get Pinnock, Henry, Tony, McAllister, Marsh. It's like as if Rory had the script of the season, a massive 94, and again 63 points to the average, just absolutely creeled, made massive ground on everybody again. So what's a 3 game week? So since game week 25, again the average 33 points. He's got 62. Captained Saka here, in a 4-1 Palace home win. Arsenal crushing Palace. Saka getting 2 goals and an assist, 18 points, 36. And that's just wowzers. Okay, Brentford blanked, so did Tony, but that's it. Like their other game weeks, they're flying, and rested his dude. So that must have been a bit of a blank week. So yeah, he had to traverse the Brighton thing there, but he kept on to them. It just picked the right two. McAllister scoring penalties for fun. Then a massive bench boost. Most people play the bench boost in this game week. I had no free hit, so I had to nurse all my trips. My chips very, very lightly. So I kept my bench boost in. But look at this for 134, -8, so a net of 122 on an average of 80. It's just 29. So he made us so much. You'll see in this chart when we have a look, the sort of ground that Rory made up on Joey Commando Neenan all season. Game week 29 bench boost, and that was just phenomenal. And as you can see, that wild card containing all these guys again. Okay, Henry's there, but the trip here and there, Tony, McAllister, March, all scoring mega. Steele as well. Shout out for Steele there. So, yeah, Steele replacing Sanchez for most of that's the end part of the season. And I suppose he's just in hunting range there again, above the average. Another 20 points on the average again. Game week 31. Again, his guys return something. As you can see, to have a very good season FPL, when you get it right, just keep there. Sometimes you just don't need to do anything for most of the season. And I definitely think that being bored and frustrated and letting Haaland get into my head and being frustrated over trivial calls and Son scoring a hat trick off the bench against Leicester, all that stuff screwed in my head. I know I lost all my composure from the beginning of the season, and I've learned a lesson about how to get back to who I was before. Semi-decent player, so a free hit by Rory there in 32. Again, look at that differential, 43 points on the average. Johnson, yeah, Johnson was a rage. All the influencers were on about Johnson there. Uh, Johnson, I think, is it Palace? Yeah, Palace. Yeah, got the clean sheet there and the bonuses. Yeah, so I remember about Johnson, and everyone got him in, and so he just goes to show he'd been paying attention to all the vibes out there throughout the season. Martinelli there doing well. Um, okay, so he's made a few transfers. He's off the triple Brentford, but he's done a free hit here. So obviously there was no Brentford or Brighton that game week. Possibly, yeah, that was one of them game weeks. Yeah, yeah. So he done his free hit that week, and he'd be getting all his guys back for game week 33. Yeah, that free hit with Johnson was on Isaac as well, Martinelli, Saka, all coming through 13, 9, 13, 26, 35, 45 points just in four players in game week 32 for Rory. It was just shockingly amazing. 7 points there on the differential game week 33. A bit of a mad week, but that was his bad weeks. Small green arrows. He's got all his as he still got his okay. He's lost. Looks like he's lost Pinnock there. He still got his Steele. He's got his Brighton lads. Will be frustrated with Steele on the bench there. Um, but yeah, it's just amazing. Wild card in game week 25 destroyed everything, and with that trip cap in 22, 60 points. Um, it's just a run from it's just like the odds of doing something like this and beating Joey Commando Neenan is just like probably a 10,000 to 1 from where he was back then. We'll see in his chart, but he was in striking range. It's just to get them points back was just phenomenal, and he got on these players before the template. I think I believe so. Just that game week or two. Look at this 128 as well. Game week 34. Any notes? Yes, I have. 180,000 001. One over 100,000, 180,000 K in game week. This is his highest game week success. Two transfers, no hits. Um, Steele, he finally learned his lesson with Steele. He's got him in Ake's on the bench. Woe is me. This must have been a double there for City. Was there any doubles there? Game week, Liverpool, Wolves. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's just a game week that went throughout the whole lot. No, it's just 4-1. So a City there away. Captain and Haaland, that was the one. Of course, I wouldn't have had Captain Haaland that stage I was on. So TAA, so again, everybody wants the Salah TAA sort of that got very trendy after game week 32, 33. I was on them, I was on Salah for ages, but eventually everybody started getting on him. But yeah, that's 128 to 82. Wow, wow. 35 then. I don't have any more notes, but that's a Met just average enough. Is this team kind of winding down a bit, but what a great goal he got with that wild card. A wild card from absolute heaven. 89, great game week there. Um, Isaac doing something. I think Wilson did something that game week. Wilson done well. Lots of people. See, do I have? Uh, yeah, I can't see Newcastle there. No, I'm nearly coming to the end of this. I can't see where Newcastle is on this list. Where is Newcastle? Uh, blind. I can't see Newcastle anywhere. Is that different game week? Yeah, game week 25. Yeah, not gone crazy. But yeah, Newcastle did very well that game week. 37. 37. Another double. Can't. Yeah, 37. Um, yeah, Brighton, City, United, and Chelsea mini game, mini double there. Newcastle, did they have? No, they had the Newcastle double game week was 36 before. Yeah, that makes sense now. 4-1 with Brighton, yeah. Um, so yeah, you can see his team really didn't change too much. Pinnock is gone, all right. Tony's gone, which is understandable, is suspended by now. Henry's gone, but he's got finally Marsh has gone and he's gone on the Matoma train just to kind of steady the ship. Loads of people have Matoma in their teams. And then the last game week, well, before we go on that, I think it's Alvarez that was after all that amazing calls, amazing run, it was Alvarez here that was actually the killer here for Joey Neenan. Um, Such a strange season for Joey as well. Um, he spent only 8 game weeks out of 38 outside the top 100K. Joy from the beginning is like his chart is like straight down and then it's a pancake straight. It's just like he never got out of that top 100K. It's a shocking performance, a performance from absolute heaven from Rory the Mission Harford. That was a mission to get to somehow peak. We have to give, I think, the Dubliner from Lusk the credit of just this is just once in a lifetime sort of stuff. This sort of calls, but the Alvarez thing, um, game week 37, Joey got 67 points, Rory got 82. Rory had Alvarez's 9 here to Joey's 1 with Isaac from Newcastle. He also had Trippier, who possibly Akai went out, so probably Trippier went in. So he got a great sub there for Trippier, but Joey had TAA. Joey just couldn't get rid of TAA. He had Trippier and Botman on the bench in game week 39, 37. But unfortunately for him, I think that's what probably done it in the end. Absolutely one small little, bit of bad luck, and that was probably, the crack in the end. 6 points in game week. It's just absolutely devastating, Joy for the TEA to stay on there. Um, but Ake probably won it for Rory in the end. I mean, I don't know what happened. He didn't play or he's rested. He had double game week as well. And Pep's not rested. He's rested. He's shocking. Like, and Trippier comes off the bench then for Rory and gets him 9 points. Well, it takes 8 points off Jory. So it's 18 points in game week 37 for Rory to Joey's 2 with Isaac and Trippier. So that's 16 points. It was well enough in the end to win it out. And to, at that stage, just take over from the top at the right time from Joey. So devastating stuff there for Joey. And game week 38 for Joey. Joey getting, uh, well, we'll see. Akai getting 8 points then was massive. I suppose he paid off in the end. Um, and also that was a crucial one there with a 59 to 51. So it's probably just written in the stars for Rory this season. Now, Mission, go and do that for next season. Because all I know is that Joy will be his consistent, phenomenal best. And I think he's a pro at this stage. He's a proper pro, and that's just a phenomenal. There's 39,000 just under the 40K, just beautiful just to get under any 40K is just phenomenal. I haven't done it much myself now. Out of 11.44 million players is, I suppose it is true. A lot of them, as we can see in the Christie, kind of dead teams with have not playing chips. But yeah, that's the story of the season, really. Jamesy Lyons. Let's have a little look at Jamesy. he deserves, a mention with the crack here. After game week 5, James, the Maverick Lyons, spent the rest of the season inside the top 200k. That's just blow your mind away stuff. Um, he free hit in game week 8, so we'll have I'll tell you what. Let's just quickly go into the charts. Hopefully, it's not going to be too much longer here. Um, so these are the charts. Is going to be a little bit more of a James the Maverick Lyons, 73,157. As you can see, what a chart. It's over the top 5.5 million in game week 1. Bang down, split that in half in game week 2. Split it better in half in 3. Split everything. A minor here, an abominate come on, but straight down. Look at that, unbelievable. Game week 8 here. This is where he's done his free hit, saw him hit the highest rank in the game. Overall 9,632. So at that stage in game week 8, what happened to Jamesy there in game week 8? He caught Sons, Hattie, captained them. The Leicester win there, the 6-2, I think it was. That's the highlight. 19 points Son got off the bench that season in game week 8 against Leicester. Isaac as well, he got him 9 points. The Bournemouth, he got 79 points with that free hit, and the average was 50. So that was a really good goal. So all season, it's just such consistency. Game week 22, he hit his wild card. Was a great wild card, 92 he got there, and the average in that game was 48. So look at that and even at the end of the season, he went with Madison, and it still didn't knock him too much out. That was just bull of us, like that's possibly better than Rory. It's way better, consistent probably than Rory the Mission Harford, or even if you go back here, this is Joey's chart. Look at it like now. I suppose the top 200k. So you can see here that the chart here with the Maverick and Neenan is the same really. There's a little bump in the road a little bit here, but it's under the 200k with Joy all season, and he's only been outside the top 100k like 5 game weeks, because that was about 98,000. It's just wow. It's just a game with the template all season, one out, because we know Joy and loads of other. We all watch influencers. We all watch your content. We all know the information, and it is like kind of just a quick text and it should just do the same. But I just can't. It just bores the hell out of me. I want to be more of a free thinker, and that's what crucified me this season. Possibly being, overthinking it. Yeah, I admit it. I've overthinked it so at this stage, with all the content is out there and all the information and all this and that, you can get an amazing rank, top 50k, easy. All you got to do is latch on the right guy, copy him, your top 50k, and if you can match play your influencer to get to see, well, I don't think that Isaac's going to do it. I think it might be Wilson. Go with Wilson and do your influencer. You'll finish above him, and he's got to get them 20 points back on you for the. It's frustrating. And now what we're seeing the proper pros who take FPL massive. They're on it every season, all season, and it never stops. Like a game, like the only way we can get people missing game weeks of this thing, we have 60 games in a season. That's never going to happen. So there you go. That's the sort of chart. It's just phenomenal. So I treat them too. But then again, you've got the missions chart here. Again, he's had to work a lot harder. than the other two, definitely to get his rank. It's just been a phenomenal ride. Look at that curve all the way from his wild card. That's why I identified that wild card in 25. And ever since it was just like um in game week 22, that was his trip cap on Rashford, the 60. Lots of people were on Rashford, but I didn't trip cap. I only captained them. I wanted to save my bench boost and triple cap for down here. I like to have them both together. But is the trip cap really a massive? Well, if somebody trip cats a one pointer versus it's just all about relativity and differential. If you can get that against your competitors or the top 10K average or whoever is in your mini league that you're competing against. So that was massive there. Um, he does his wild card there, and from there on, it's just been a bang, bang, blow, blow, down, down, and apps all the way down to minus top 40K. So well, this is the sort of chart to run about here. So I love doing them. Stephen Strat wins our Kirk Memorial Cup. Uh, has a tribute to my Californian friend Semper Kirk Clapp. I think doing fourth place was is best to get a trophy in that rather having a league where you ask everybody to put another code in. And what was going on is that somebody would have been the Kirk Clapp was if it usually was the winner of the Christie, and they end up just getting two trophies just for one kind of place. So I thought the fourth would be a good shot there to give somebody a trophy as well, and a top four. I hate the thought of someone finishing top four, going back from Sonia Sullivan just finishing fourth to the Chinese 3-0 that year. She lost out. I just felt terrible. And loads of Irish athletes. And the fourth is just a terrible place to be, but very respected in marathons. You come fourth all the time. People are just, it's still a massive amount of respect. So Stevie Stress came third last year, fourth this year. And he got 99,000 in the world, just broke the top 100K last year, and this is a better season. Although he's only finished fourth in the Christy Nic this season, it's been competitive. He's got a better rank, 90,000, which is brilliant. Like, where would you rather be? 2.144 million like me, or 90,000 in the world? So congratulations, Steve. And you can see that his graph is quite like, but he never. Not a bad sort of range finding. I always call these two game weeks range finding until you get to your level, and everybody seemed to get to their level around by game week 8. I didn't get anywhere. I'll show you my chart later on, but I really did. This period game 8 for the four lads I've mentioned so far. That this sort of crack happened very late on in my chart. So I take a lot out of it. I take a lot of it out of my finish this season, and I do believe momentum from the previous season, it does overspill into your next season. I've noticed people go on 2-year runs or 18, definitely 18-month runs to do brilliant in the season before they win the thing or get very, very, have a massive season. I've noticed that. Anyway, so that's Stevie Stret there. I didn't go too much over analysts and the others now. Just want to give you all an idea. Top 600K 14, but looking at that graph, that's very, very well solid and consistent all the way through. Inside the top 200K for the most part since game week 22. You just can't argue with that sort of chart. Face man, he had the absolutely terrible, one of the worst. Oh, that's 800,000. I thought it was 8 million. But like, that's still a very good game week K. You're just above the top 800K, and he's just flew down, and he more or less stayed under the top 200K for the whole season. Only outside the top 200K for 2 game weeks. That's better than some of the other statistics. Inside the top 100K all the way, and then it's just so frustrating. The last, 133,000. It's still a phenomenal achievement. Possibly, frustration with the Haaland thing here. It must have happened around game week 35. The Haaland thing really dropped him, and he couldn't get them points back, and that just probably knocked the guts out of him there. So for a still phenomenal season there, a great overall. Um, but as you can see, it's just it's frustrating. A lot. I would love to have not great. It's just finish with a nice taste in my mouth. But overall, if Faceman sees this chart, he will see for sure that he's had a great season. Really, it could have been so much more. Of course, everything in life could be so much more. You just saw Rory Harford, just like game week after game week. It's just what can you say about that? Dave McNamara in sixth, done brilliantly well. Again, look at that for a chart and the consistency. Although, as you'll notice, finishing top six is definitely within the top 400k. Um, and he was really fighting all the way to maintain that rank. There was a real tussle between the two, 200k. As you can see, to grab 215k, yeah, definitely. On the it's a good taste in the mouth. It's a very respectable score, 215k. I wouldn't mind that. I think I would take that for next season, 215k. Yeah, it was Neto from Wolves, who was the only one everyone got off from the template, the first one. Oh, the year, the templates. Dara, Dara Hunt here. Dara, the official Top Dogs egghead. He's just like the expert of FPL. He's our egghead, as in the game show. He's just the prof here. Not too bad, over the top million here. Okay, it's a funny one. Well, he really grabs a good score at the end here, 219k. Very brilliant season. It's brilliant. It's just like something happened here. Um, the World Cup was around game week 17. Then we took the break, and then coming back, it's just I haven't analyzed Dara's chart. You'll have to go back, but it's still, like very consistent anyway. It's within the top 300k from the most mark, and he grabs a great score right at the death. So he's had a very good end in there as well. I wouldn't mind there. It's probably just a bad, got the captaincy slightly wrong here and there, and it's just acceptable. That game week seven, the 6 and 7, I wouldn't mind that. Game week seven, that was when the Queen passed, and that was a non-game week in game week seven. So um, most people's ranks didn't change. Um, I don't know why there's a slight difference in the game week seven and 8 game ranks or whatever. That's the game week was made up somewhere along the line then in the season. John C. Halpin. I don't have a top dog's name for John. I have mentioned private meekly, but he's better than that. He's way better than that. He's definitely FPL gold, massive player. If you go through his history and fancy Premier League, he's been consistent top 10k a lot, top 50k for years. He had a few years he took a break. I don't know what happened. Millions over, like a season like I had this season, but this is still quality below. I really think below 300k is a very respectable, really is. A lot of people are saying, oh, the top 100k this year is really like last year's top 10k. It does feel like that. It really feels like the top 100k is top 10, top 100k is like the new top 10k. It does feel like that, but I'm still not having it. Although there's loads of people around them influencers, and we all know who they are. And within 1 point or 2 points of their actual score, there's thousands and thousands and thousands that deluge. So I think next season I'm going to be match playing. I'm taking someone on. I have a look at their team. I'll analyze what I want to do, change one or two bits. Don't go too massively against the template, and I'm going to match play probably Andy from Let's Talk FPL. Um, I think that's the way people are going to go. I won't do the statistics. I hate statistics. I hate this expected goal baloney. Oh yeah, it's expected. I just want to see points. It's he should have scored 7 goals in that match, but he's only got an assist. Yeah, nah, it's ifs and buts. Cal Crumpet Carney, congratulations, ninth. I believe in the FPL top dogs. He gets a hat for the year. I have to decide what sort of hat. I've done red and green for Mayo. That the season before, um, when Connor Hussey came fifth, I'm gonna do in a sort of primrose and blue. And I haven't decided about this season. Yes, I want to get the last season done out. But yeah, the hats have gone down well, and I'm delighted. And thank you so much, everybody, for embracing what we have here. It's you guys that really make it, and that's the fact of it as well. Like 3 million, a lot of range finding here for Kyle Crumpet Carney here. Um, bang here is a massive bang. Good wallop here. I'd love to go and see, but there was a chart here that's done very well. So a lot of range for you can really see it took him probably 16 game weeks to kind of say, oh, figure out this mess. And he's begun to look at that for a chart going all the way down from since the World Cup. He must have been watching a lot of World Cup football. He really got into it, got to know who to get on and get in. He's done some great decisions this season. Captain Fernandez and all sorts. I haven't gone through his season, but as you see, that's just like this little mark here is just an emphasis that was his highest game week he achieved in that season. Um, 37. So that would have been what's it 291,000. So he probably got down to about 250k there. That's brilliant. Like that's the second best score of the whole season. It's just like a great chart. So well done. It's just see, this is what I'm on about. Players who have an amazing 18 months. And this is a phenomenal half season here. Okay, it's a 9 month season, but you know what I mean? It's okay, 4.5 months, but theoretically, it's actually a year and a half. So half a year, or half a season. Phenomenal, brilliant since the World Cup. And that could ricochet into the next season. So I've got great expectations for Cal. Um, Look, Jarlath's going to have to go and do some hurling here. He's got some hurling to make up on his younger brother here. I know that Ja was into it and wants to be and da, 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 da. But Kyle is really just bang, wow, that's just phenomenal chart. Great to be under the top 300k. That to me is my worst up to this year was 330k. Um, and I think anything under 300k is brilliant, especially this season. That for me is a top 200k in normal years. So well done, Kyle. Some great decisions, great share. Just quickly go back to John C. Halpin. He was really in massive trouble. That's 10 million there, 9 million, 8 million. Just quickly, just have to something a little bit more to add. His best game week, okay, is game week 11 there, is lowest he got. Okay, so it's not very remarkable, you might be saying. But in game week 8, he did his wild card and it changed everything. Like he's going nowhere. He's done his wild card here, and it's just rocketed. He's split like he's took 6 million players out in a game week 8 wild card. I I just have to kind of just I have to have a look at this thing. How do you take out 6 million players in one game week? And a game week 8 is kind of more advanced than you think. It's 8 game weeks have gone like, and to take out 8 million, that sort of, I have to highlight this. Um, don't want to go on Darwin's law like it. I fell into the Darwin chat. Definitely fell into the Darwin trap. There's loads of traps. Oh, I'll have to go all the way back. I'll tell you, possibly the best way to do this. should know this by now. Game week history. Yeah, would I just I'll show you the sort of heritage John has got. Local lad, Ballyhaunis lad. Look at all these years. 84,000 the first season, 66,000, 31,000. In 2010-7, he's got 7,000. Top 50K in 11-12. 61,000 in 12-13. 89,000 in 13-14. Like 22,000 in the Suarez. I think the Suarez season was 14, so that was 22,000, 14, 15, 130, 130, 5,000 there, 15, 16. Look, but great scores. Okay, so he's not really let himself go. Like his worst was 1.5 million. Mine's 2.1 now. So it's not the end of the world. Do 22, so half a million odd. But this season now he's really come back and he's really got back to some sort of. He definitely got back into it. It took this. You can see there's a curve there on the upward side. But yeah, this game week 8, just want to highlight this. Why not? Like it's just click into it. What the hell happened? Game week 8. So yeah, it's 22 points. So Pope, Cancelo, Son didn't captain him, Haaland. So yeah, for some reason he did take out 6 million players that game week. 22 points on the average. Folding would have been possibly different. The Son thing would have been big anyway, just having Son. Um, okay, Cucurella didn't play. Okay, it's not spectacular like that, but still that game week he took out a massive load. Um, as you can see, it's really gotten back into the crux of it. Top 400K after that wild card, and then he really he used a load of his chips. Then I think at this stage you can see like this is probably an amazing triumph of how he was able to still stay in the top 10 of the Christie, to be honest with you. Triple captain game week 20. Okay, fair enough. So 2022 wild card and 24. 20 trip cap, 22 and 24. So yeah, that after that, using all them, he's been on that sort of upward trajectory after that. But I think he really saved the season overall. That wild card, getting in Son, it sort of propelled him, got him going. Some great momentum down here, top 100K, but it really was a tough ask with everyone else's chips, and I think he's done brilliant to maintain at least below 300K to maintain that is just brilliant. So kudos for John there. That's just phenomenal. Okay, so that's cat. Also, Sean Duffy, a lot more range finding. Well, that was some sort of a curve, wasn't it? Like game week 23, bang. So Sean has just gone on a massive run, as you can see. Like Cahill, his second best ever overall for the whole game week on game week 37. Um, he got to his height and he just a little bit out there of the 300K, 311 there. So well done, Sean. And I think he gets the top 10, the hat there. Possibly. Kieran Longdog Kylie. Again, this kind of looks a bit like our winners and the others, but this is the top half a million. So he's a lot more range finding to get to your level there by game week 19 after the World Cup. Really got things going. Had a great run in here. I think he was down the top 10Ks here, but it's kind of gone off way off. It looks a lot better than it actually sounds here or looks. That's a half a million, so that'd be 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can see that you definitely top 50, top 100K for a long stretch here, but it all went awry, game week 28. So still a very good overall. compared to last season. Great, amazing season. Came fourth last season. I think he's 12th or something um, I think 12th. I think he came out 12th at the end of the day. It's very respectable. Next season, I'm sure Kieran will be looking to get somewhere within the two from last season, getting that back in that top 10, if not top five. Morgan Lyons, just a quick check on the prodigy. 4.5 million. Again, as these charts are kind of looking the same, except this is 500,000. So had a very good run all the way down here to the game of 24. But, it's sometimes very hard to maintain that. Owen Loveboat Row from Claire Morris, just a check on himself here, and that's his chart. 2.4 million here. Again, a lot more range finding here. It's a long time to be flitting about between 600k and 1.4 million, which is a frustration. And that's probably where the average goes. And then after that, you have to do really, really awesomely well to get to where he was there, just above the top 400k. Will be frustrated. I know he's massive into top dogs, FPL. He's our Claremars aficionado. When apologies, didn't see you in Claremars when Ballyhaunis were there in the GAA. I think it was the semi-final match we played there in the intermediate cup there. I missed out there. I think Tony about Carmore. It was a possibility that we bet there. If I just have to remember, but yeah. Well, I hope to see you in Claremorris, lad. We've met in London as well, so we want to do it on local turf, But yeah, this guy is good away from home, also. So very, very good stuff. Top 4K can build on that quite a bit. It's just a few mistakes or this and that. Like I think overall, Owen's going to be a really good asset to FPL Top Dogs. Hopefully, all of you guys will join us again. And it's going to be mayhem next season. All these guys just getting the grips, especially Kyle Crumpet Carney and Owen here and loads of others that really took the FPL massively. And next season they're just going to be twice as good. I expect so. But like me, I got over analytical, just bored and changing and twisting and lots of this is Mark the Oracle Phillips. Wow, that's a frustrating season, isn't it, Mark? Look at that chart. Oh, and I know for half the season, you've been saying everything I touch absolutely goes to pot. But I'm really proud of these charts, a lot like my own. The last bit of the season is phenomenal to just get down here to the 500 half, just to really scramble. This is a scramble. Mark, it's just scramble. Like the frustration here as well. Marky has the Jim Bean has taken effect. As you can see, Marky's here at about 550k. He started in game week 1. Well, the frustration is just a little bit under just a bit over the 500k. So from start to finish, it's been what was the point of all that? From game week 1, can I just have game week 1 and then game week 38 next week? Can we skip all the bit in between? Well, but seriously, that's a great, really, from the World Cup again. When we came back from the World Cup in Qatar in January, it's just been down. He must have been getting green hour, a lot of momentum. Bit of frustration here, but that's to be expected. A bit unlucky in chips probably. He'll come on and discuss a little bit in more detail where this chart. I'll bring up their charts, whoever comes on, and they can talk about it and see where it could have been a lot better. But yeah, I think it's respectable. I still regard that as a top 500,000 finish. I don't care about, oh, he just finished just above, oh, it was terrible. No, it's not. I think that's brilliant. I think there's a 5-0 there. It's a little bit over. That's only because of transfers. That 3,000, he's finished in the same points of people, but a load of people may have had a lot less transfers. Um, I see that's a top 500,000. So that's well done. That's a great fighting performance from Arca this year. It's that's very sometimes that's good enough for a top five. Some years gone by in the Christy Nic, but the evolution of it has gone just Lula now. You need a top 50k to win the Christie, which I'm very proud of, guys. Seriously. Sean shaking her now. That's 700k, so it looks absolutely disastrous, this. But this is top 100k here. And look at that for a season. 23, 24. You can say 25 game weeks of absolutely wowzer stuff. And then, oh my God, it's just every game week is just wrong, 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 worse, worse, worse. Oh, it's a frustration for Sean. I think Sean is possibly a newer player as well. So it's another evolution. It's such a massive run to keep this going for so long. This reminds me of uh, well, I was going to say Face Man, but it's not. But he came in 3 years ago and just blew us away and came second. Had a year off the last year. This year he's been back to his absolute 5-star best again, finishing top five. So who I suppose, look, they know themselves. Fergie, Great Guns, Walsh again. The year after this, he was leading all the way after 20 game weeks, and then it's just bang or way out. Look, it's a good job. The season didn't go on further, but it's hemorrhaging overall rank all the way. So it's still finished 3 times better than me. So I can't complain too much, but like it's just I need to go over and see what was going on there. Did he take his eye off the ball? Was he massive into the football? Obviously the hurling and everything. You just don't know. When was it? If you could find it, it's coming to the spring when things went haywire, the season started, and train and concentrate. I think a lot of that can be down to training and missing deadlines, and it's easy done. Like it really is. I would say that Sean in the future, the FPL isn't everything. It's not. It's actually doesn't matter a job. But over 11 million players around the world, we love it, and we love the Premier League, and he will be honest. I think it's just look it constant look GA sports, life, family, career, prospects, future, aspirations, everything in life comes ahead of FPL. I know that. But you can also have time just to you have to do a lot of watching football. You have to keep an eye on the influencers. You can get demotivated if you've not captained Haaland if you missed this and that, and it's just one thing after another. You've blown your chance. You're down here all season in the top 100k, top 50k, and then all of a sudden everything like, oh, blowing my chance, blowing my chance. Well, I don't know. We'll have to actually talk to Shawnee about it. And I will catch up with him. But it's still a great shot. It's good experience. And I think next year, I think he was ahead of the template as well for most of that season as well. There's no way you can be this honest. Uh, the template. Like there's loads of people in top million with that template. But he found a really good start at the beginning. So that's Shawnee's. Jack the Dancer Maloney. I wanted to feature him. Top million, I'm going to say here. He's one of our new players, the dancer. He's very, very motivated to do very, very well. It reminded me a lot more like Owen, the Love Boat Row. Row, row, row your boat. Oh, yeah, the Jim Beans rocking in. Oh, it's good. It's getting better and better. I might go out tonight. So this is the season review. If you're getting a bit bored now, try and keep you entertained. But hopefully you can fast forward to your chart. Not many more left now. Jack the Dancer, well done, Jack. Great stuff. Great Bula bus. Look, a 4 million just hemorrhaging. I wouldn't mind so much. This is the range up to game week 10. I always say the range finding. So by game week 10, he's getting his act together. He's learning. He's investigating. He's with Stevie Stretz. He's doing his one thing I like about the dancer. He's a free thinker. He's like the dancer, Stevie Stretz, um, the Maverick. We're definitely free thinkers. I definitely have them lads. They're in the club, and the Oracle, of course, and Starman as well. I think Starman, um, um, Starman, Adrian Phillips didn't have a very good season because I think he was thinking of it his way as well. Like, I think if you're a free thinker, you got done seriously massively. I went against the template in lots of reasons. I tried to I just picked the wrong fights. Lots of us this year that finished disastrously above the 1 minute. We just picked the wrong fights. It was just not a season to go against Haaland and others. And I probably had too much faith in Salah and Bowen, and I did captain Sterling a few times, and he went off injured in the double game week. It was I was absolutely totally flutered after that. Happened early enough in the season as well. Around that time, I got injured in the first minute. In a double game week. I don't know. I think it was a double game week. Um, but it just gutted me really that one. There's no need. It's how easy it's just to keep it on Haaland for most of the season. Just leave it there and just put it on somebody when he's going to get a rest or he's injured. It's just not rocket science, really, is it? But that was it. 2 million for Jackie, and ever since he's just really a great finish. Okay, he second best score there, but he's averaged out there very very well. Top a million. A good start for Jackie, and next year he'll know more, and he'll be well on it, and he's determined. Adrian Starman, we're just talking about the Starman. Very, very frustrating season. As you can see, he's been trying, making calls, but just missing out narrowly all the time. It's very hard to, it's 2.8 million. Flew down there in game week two, 400K. And it's just, that was the best they've really got. That's actually, you saw the Oracle's chart. That was way up here. And then he's averaging down. It's great. But it's such a frustrating season for Starman. Like, not too much out of the reckoning ever really. It was top million here. He's done well. He's got down here. Game week 17. Then the World Cup happened in Qatar. Came back and it's just hit nothing. See, game week after the game, he's losing 100K here, 200K there. I just he's not let it go. He's not let the season go. You can tell he hasn't let the season go. Uh, and we know Starman is capable of massive things. Um, we call him the Starman mainly because of the season that if he was in the Christie, he would have won it. He would have beaten me in 2020 by 5 points or so. Um, but he just wasn't in the Christie that year. So I feel so he is the Starman in our eyes, and I know. Listen, football again. It's a bit like Shaky's chart, slightly in a way. I suppose Shaky, well, yeah, Shaky's, yeah, it would be quite like Shaky's chart. You mean these guys are sportsmen and they're proper serious, and when they know they're having, it's a season, you just don't look, just change a few things. It doesn't. It's not going to be your season, and a lot of people have known that from way off. I have known that more or less since game week one. It wasn't going to be my season, and that's the long and the short of it. Christy Snowman, well, you can see here just the frustration because around here, when he was flicking around 2.5 million, I mentioned something on WhatsApp. Oh, I want to finish above Snowman. It was the worst thing I ever did. The thing about Snowman, and I did it on purpose just to rile him up and get him going and to have some spark. And boy, did he get some spark massively. Game week 34, it just got better, and he got well within that 2 million in the end. So look, it was there for me. It was there for me. Like, there's a bit of rivalry, between the Spurs and Arsenal. I'm ex-Spurs now. Um, Look, I have a soft spot for Spurs, but I'm United now. I'm getting more comfortable. It's soaking into me. The only problem with the United stuff is that my last memories of supporting United was when they won the treble, and then when the following season in 99-00, they had the Community Shield and they lost that cup the beginning of the 99 season when they won the season in May when they won the treble. In August or whenever it was, I was at Wembley and they lost 2-1 to Arsenal. And then that season they lost to Spurs a few times, 3-1. And it, I moved to London and I started supporting Spurs. So my memory of United is the call and we should be winning it and should be, I have this sort of philosophy. And now hold on a minute, all this stuff has happened in between, and I have that mentality. United should be winning all the time, where they're actually still 14 points, which is not an awful lot off City this season. 14 points down in third, not okay. It's a bit of a gap, all right, but it was a bigger one the season before. So 86 points, I think, is what one is, or is 89 for City. So that's quite a smaller point total. Although I know they're going for the treble, so they rested a lot of players near the end, but Brentford and Brighton. But their Snowman definitely was inspired enough. I'm taking credit for that sub 2 million. It got something out of the season a little bit, I suppose. I just think generally he'll be frustrated. Like he's only broken the top million twice. Um, it's just been a terrible season. I know that Christy's been trying. Loads of us. I suppose Christy is one of them massive free thinkers as well. I think free thinkers were destroyed this season. I'm going to really try and cross the line between free thinking and templating. I hate the boring template. Everyone's on it. You're watching. Stevie Stratton said, you're only watching one or two or three players, and that's it. One of them blanks, you're done. And it's just brain dead boring, and it's absolute phenomenally depressing. And you're watching one game every weekend to see if Neto scores a goal or whether Salah scores. He missing penalties. Salah's missed so many penalties this season. It's shocking. Can't believe it. There's the guru. That's myself here. When you look at that chart, you say, wow, I have salvaged something. Unfortunately, that's the 2 million level there. Most of the lads we've been looking at, you know, this is the sort of level that they've been flicking in. Top 100k, all along down here. A little bit off, am I? God, I need more gym, I think. Well, we're going to have another pod with a few of the lads. We'll organize something and we'll just talk a little bit more through the season. This is the end of season thrill. FPL, thank God it's over. Just thank God. Oh, I need something to eat after this. 20 past 8. This video's gone on quite long. So yeah, this is all the Haaland anti-template stuff. A wild card and free hit was done here. Nothing worked. By game week 4, I had 2 chips done. Absolutely didn't budge anything on the Richter scale there with a free hit and a wild card. I did have Haaland back for a free hit, but I didn't have him again. And this period just destroyed me. Got no momentum, got no range finding as we saw in the other guys. I just went worse from bad. And it's just like starting off. So by game week 11, I was starting all over again, nearly back to square one from game week 2. And then it's just start like, look, can you imagine this? It's like, this is the worst thing ever. This isn't even a head and shoulders in a crypto card. A head and shoulders is like a big head is here, the 2 shoulders, but I've actually had the sub head. It's like as if my head is shrunken into my chest. This is so like you could say it's a double top of misery. in crypto. So on the crypto chart, you get the all-time high here in Bitcoin. Got the all-time high here. It's 7 million. Then you get the hit. Everybody's selling. I mean, the guys have been waiting to say, "Oh, we're getting off here. We've made our money." Then there's the rally, a sort of another relief rally, thinking, "Oh, it's good. Oh, it's going back to it's going to go to the moon." But everyone sells just before the 7 million, and then it's just a bang, bang. It's a lower low, another lower low, a lower low. It's a okay. This is called a relief rally here. Oh, it's 5 million. It might get back, but no, that's called the sucker rally. It brings in all the suckers. Is all the people that felt they've missed out, and they all come in here thinking, oh, and then that's when these guys sell again, bang, 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 and then you're down to absolutely zero stuff. This is a total crypto chart, a total bear chart. If any you know your crypto, it's amazing, isn't it? So I'm very proud of it. I've ended up here with the white dot. I achieved the best finish I have all season, so I don't care. I've I've cleaned out over seven, so I've took out 5 million players. Okay, folks. So I've had an annus horribus, um, 5 million players. That's a 5 million player chart there. Okay, we saw someone take out 6 million players. That was John C. Halpin in a wild card in game week 8 or something, 10, whatever it was. So look, I'll take that. I fought all the way down. I've achieved the best I could. I just made too many elementary, emotional, boring, anti-template, baloney stuff. Captain Sa Sterling, Bowen, and indulging too many captaincies, trying to be differential when there was no need to be. I went radical and I got stung. So uh, yeah, I think I'm easily at least a 500,000 player every season. But this season I did all the no-nos, and we'll get into that in a later podcast about the do's and don'ts. Because that ends the whole presentation of the charts. Quickly, yeah, I think Rory's from Lusk out here in Dublin somewhere. That's Lusk. It's near the coast here. Scary sort of stuff, you know. I wasn't sure where it was Lusk and Mayo or whatever, but yeah, you're welcome to the universe, Rory. You're in. You got voted in from one of our resident top dogs, and that's fair enough. Stevie Stratton Nolan, and that's a prerogative that a few of us have. I've got people over here in London, Tismondo, Fahari Tismondo is from New Zealand. Now he didn't go off and win the thing. That's Rory's face. He's just not messaged anything on this at all. Like um he's not been active on this for like 2 years. It's baloney, like he's not on Facebook. I don't really do Facebook either as well. I only post the FPL top dog stuff here. That's have a look at your optimized stuff. I'm going to keep an eye on the fantasy every single day and make sure that I think when the fixtures come out on the 15th of June, um, I have a funny feeling that's when the fantasy the FPL will upload for next season, 23, 24. Can't believe it's that year already. I remember when I was at school in 94. What will the 2022 World Cup be like? I'll be this age by then. I remember all the years going by in 2008 where I could be. Well, all that history done. Uh, I think it's not Italian 90, although Italian 90 was the best time. Ireland did well with Romania. I remember those days amazingly well. I remember the whole lot. Wasn't allowed to drink at the time. But 94 was my favorite World Cup, hands down. Although I do remember a little bit of 86. I remember the hand of God, Maradona and a whole lot. Remember the final, the 3-2 against Germany, Argentina winning out. Um, but yeah, the 94 was my favorite Baggio that year with Italy and Brazil. They lost out to Brazil in the end, but I love that World Cup with Bulgaria, Romania, some amazing teams, some amazing shirts. And then Ray Houghton with the goal. Is it Giovanni Beluca? Beluca, I think it was Beluca in goal. The chip and the music from ITV. Oh, it's just magical. The 94 and Ireland were the only team from the home nations, Scotland, Wales, um, and Northern Ireland and England to qualify. So everyone was watching Ireland, and we bet Italy 1-0. I remember I was in Dublin, and I was in the band, and my band was called Pillar. Like, how boring was that? I didn't want it to be called the Pillar at all. I didn't want these guys were, oh God, it was a clash. I only got on with the rhythm guitarist. Oh, the bass guitarist and the lead guitarist, all they wanted to do was sort of Led Zeppelin, sort of do, yeah. Anyway, that's here and by the by. Uh, that's just story time with Uncle Vince. Um, yeah, so there we go. All we've got left is our mocks. Now, if you've hung on to the end, give me a like and a subscribe, please. I deserve it. Like, come on, I'm stuck in 125 for 25 subs for ages, but never mind. I'm doing this for all of you, lad. I'm doing the best I can for promote our characters. We have so many characters in Ballyhaunis, Claremorris, Knock, Turing, Bahola, Lusk, Galway, Sligo, at the four corners of the globe. This is Coolio, Rugio, as we say, the Rugio, the return of the Mac. And yeah, this is Rory here. He is old school. Like myself, I'm old school, and we love our music. Well, mate, nothing gets past me and Rugio. No way. So Ruggie had a great game week one, totally destroyed everybody in Demolition Derby. There's Coolio with his leathers and hold handcuffs. Like, so whatever. I just love the song, mate. I remember it was at the time in London. Been spending the most of the nights living in the gangsters' paradise. Shaky, now shaky. Sean's got the hippie shakes. Captivate all comers on the Christy Nic'ers network. I don't know, but someone sent me this picture of Shaky, and it's just phenomenal. Brilliant stuff. What a character. Listen, I tell you one thing. One great thing about getting older is that another generation of lads come along and friends and ladies, the whole lot, and it's just another generation of this and that. It's just the exuberance and the um excitement of a new generation and lads. And I see Shaky as the youngest of the youngest and up there and great potential, great sports star. We're very lucky to have Shawnee there. Great stock, great people, great road. Knock Street. 155 points after game week two, flying up the charts there. We got the hippie shakes there. I couldn't believe it. Like, I didn't know Sean very, very well, and they just blew us up away in this game week. There's me. If you're gonna be at the bottom of the pile, you're gonna have a bad time. Well, yes, South Park and this. I'm having a bad time. Look. I'm gonna say, looking at my chart, I'm proud of that. I took out 5 mil. You know, I didn't take 6 million players out one game week, but over a long, it's just been a slog. It's been a slog. Um, yeah, I don't really watch South Park. I've heard about this, George Clooney stuff and Kenny and all this, and I like the voices, but I'm more really a Simpsons man and Family Guy. They're my two. I love them. A 48-year-old man on cartoons. But yeah, that's what. Dara, the resident Eggheads FPL legend. and he's on there. And this is my take when he had a phenomenal game week 3. He was our leader. I have to christen some of these guys. It was phenomenal. Like, got a great heads up who Dara was with some of the lads. Look, yeah, do the best I can. I don't know everybody, but I know that, and I want to know more people. I want to give everyone a chance. I'm an open guy. Um, so there's Dara Hunt there. Massive score and 31,000 at that stage of the season. And as you saw with this chart earlier on, phenomenal. Really did very well all the way through. Great finish, and I think he's top of Ottermore. Um, he's the guy to take down. He's the guy if you live around the parish, Ottermore and Torin, Kilkelly, out the Kilchmont Road, and the like. This is the guy you need to be keeping an eye on. Daz and Duffy doing a bit for a while, but consistency is definitely Dara's forehead, so that his strong point. So yeah, I love these. These are the Coneheads actually, Conehead family, Dan Aykroyd. This is War of the Worlds. Can't remember his name. I'm a big fan of Red Dwarf. I had to get Crichton in there, and I adore Babylon 5, and this is Delenn, eventually became leader of the Minbari. But I love these are my two favorite sci-fis, and I just thought Darren there, and he's the head. Maybe he's into sci-fi. I don't know. I want to know. Does he know any of these? Does he like any of these? Is he into sci-fi? Well, great stuff, Dara. And you were in our mocks for the season. Rougeau gets in again. Well, I just love Rougeau. Absolute look. Sorry, I do. Park is phenomenal. Went to school with his brothers, of course. Well, Seamus, known as Rouge. And that's for some reason all the Ruans are called Rouge. Just but the Seamus for me was Rouge, but Park, Coolio, Rugio. Code 094. He scored 94 points that game week. Shows he still knows best, and he's old school. Effect new school. Yeah, okay. New school ran out well this season. Most of, as I've been saying all season, you need to have a fit body and a fit mind to do well at FPL top dogs. Look, you just look at the top 10. They're all young ones. But we'll be back again. Maybe the statistics is where we're messing up here. But Christy Nic in number 1 was Parker 1, 291 points, game 4. Faceman, don't mess with the Rugio. Yeah, Faceman was saying, who's this, who's this boy? I'm telling you, mate, when you see him, you'll know. And you don't mess with the Rugio. Period. Sean Shaky here again. Shake, rattle and roll. I had great fun all season with the Shaky. I really did. Shaky's 94. Getting USA 94. 94 US. I'll tell you one thing. This Jim Bean is just phenomenal. Wowzers. I'll throw a little bit now. Well, it's just like the Matrix. You see more numbers and letters and all sorts when you're hit the gym. And I don't mean the GYM, folks. I mean the JIM. I'm more of a JIM. I know Starman and Shaky are more of a GYM. It might be cooler to be a GIM. Not a GIO. Right. Sean has his second top of the pops, number 1 in the Christy Nic on 3-7. So 375 points, 17,000 overall rank. I think this was his second, wasn't it? Yeah, his second. Yeah. He's the second number 1. So well done, Sean. Shaky hair. Try with these mock-ups. So again, so here is Shaky there. He's the fee, fi, fo, thumb. Jack and the Beanstalk. At this stage, Richie Cunningham was doing phenomenal. He's second in the league. The Maverick always there. Third. Faceman in 4th. Joey Neenan always stalking in fifth. Dar was in sixth. Owen there, seventh, eighth. There's the big friendly giant in there. There's Andrew Cagnon looking on there, like myself. These are all of us. Stevie Stretch done very well, but all of us here. That was a clip of the four of us. That's Starman, of course. Stephen Stretnolan. This Robbie McGoldrick. This Richie Richardson. And I Richardson. Chip. Myself here and Jackie Malone. We went out to upstairs. Well, it used to be called Alberto's, Bojangles. So many different names for the place. Upstairs is the most famous one. The Oracle in there is Connor Hussey in there, Coolio there, Ruggiero, Will Nestor, and of course Christy Snowman, Kilcourse. So like that was a nice montage there. I'm pretty proud of that. And Shaky there again, third time at the top. He just destroyed us at the beginning. He really did. Sean, the Green Giant, has all FPL Beanstalkers under the FIFA thumb. I love it. 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 I don't know. Yeah, this is Richie Crinningham has twinkle toes. Now the lads were telling me he's a bit of a swish baller for Urlar United. Now heads up, I love Urlar United. They are the winners of the Mayo League. Top. I think not just once, but possibly maybe three times. Maybe they've won the top Mayo 70s, 80s, maybe 90s. I'm not sure, but they've disbanded since, which is an awful crying shame. I'm really devastated with that. But we have Ballyhaunis Town at the moment. A lot of transfers in from Loch Harps, and a lot of the earlier lads came over, and Richie came over to Ballyhaunis along with Kenny Cunningham, Kenneth Robinson. Kenneth is brilliant for Ballyhaunis. But I just knew him as an Erlar player, and just wowzers. Ballyhaunis have been just blessed. Ballyhaunis Town have been blessed to have these guys. So lucky, and I really hope that the lads keep with us today. And God bless Carl Bream as well. We miss Carl, and God bless. Always in our thoughts. He knew his football. He came to Ballyhaunis and he just blew what we knew about soccer out of the water. And the learning curve as well in the town. It's all stems from Carl Bream. And Tommy Page has done brilliant work as well. We all have to kind of, add kudos to that. It's keeping Ballyhaunis in the top flight. Caroline's taking us now after Niall Richardson kept us up 1 year, then down, but he's still on our staff. And Caroline's, which I hope to see Caroline's and the lads and support them. I was actually there when the bet swim for, I think there was a swim for, I think 2-1, but I was there for a game when they won last season in the Super League in Mayo. So it's not, and I think for a draw as well over in Claremore. So whenever I'm about, Ballyhaunis pick up points. It's the only catches I need to be about. I'll tell you one thing, even at 48, I think I can still run around pitch. Twinkle Toes Richie is the Christy Nicholson best turned out pony for game week 28. Obviously 81 points, game week 8, brilliant. That's his boots. I superimposed them. Look, sorry, but he deserves some credit here. Well done, Richie. And he's a lot of he's been to Australia a lot. And John's down there now, his brother, a lot. John more or less is the Liverpool fan. Richie is the United fan. And we know Shane and all the brothers as well. So God bless them. Game week 9, the Highlanders. Now, this again is the 4th attempt. I think this is 4th now. FIFA 4-4-3. Shaky's in there again. He's laughing. The Highlanders. Oh, Highlanders. And here you go. This is the big friendly giant with Joey Neenan there. They're laughing. They're all these the Highland. These, well, okay, big friendly giant. It had an okay season. Very okay. He'll know himself. He's well into it. Shaky, Commando, and the BFG are true Highlanders forever. There can only be one by game week 38. And at this stage, there's no sign of Rory Harford here at the minute. But like for me, I thought Joey was going to win this hands down all the way. It's amazing how you keep drinking more, the more lubrication you get. Usually, yeah, it's experience. You start off slow and then you end in the crescendo. Face man, when you're young, you drink so pile it all on, and then you don't even last night. Yeah, see, that's experience, you see, Face man, here we go. First mock for face man and the commando. I love this shit, but when the face man and the snowman, that season, the two of them were really biting each other. When face man finished second, the rivalry between them two is crazy. But Faceman and Commando, it's not a good mix. The two of them, FPL wise, they don't like each other. Really don't. There's one Liverpool here and Faceman's Chelsea, as we'll see later on. Faceman is one step or point, only 1 point ahead of Commando in the Christy Nic and this is after game week 9, remember, folks. So all the way down to game week 34, as you can see, Faceman was well. He was on a momentum changer until that Haaland captaincy thing. He didn't switch his man in time. I think it's just a twist of fate. It's just frustration. Like, catch me if you can. So, I think a lot of this season was about Faceman and Commando. Initially, this is the beginning of a massive tussle. The wacky races. I love this one. Here we have now where I get the Sergeant Blast. It's an old cartoon of the 80s. This is a Dick Dastardly or Dick that no. This is the Dick Dastardly's machine treble zero and Jack Malone and Stret in there. I know they're best friends, and I got John C. helping there with Private Meekly driving Captain Sergeant Blast here. The two of them are good mates. I know that they're a great time for each other, so I have the two of them grouped in together there. Got Oracle in the back, of course. You got to have Oracle in there. And you got Niall Richardson there, Fergie Great Guns Walsh, and you got Liam Bomber Lyons. That's a good old. And these were the Anthill mob. This was the mafia. Okay. Now, I'm not on about the Scardiff mafia in Milltown, or not Milltown, sorry. Bloody hell, Ballantyne. And why do I say that? The Prendergast, there's a player that plays for Davids, Prendergast. I really, really loved watching that guy. Number 10, possibly. Brilliant player, Prendergast, anyway. But he came from the Scardiff Mafia. That's what you know. But these guys, the Anthill mob, hey, I'm boxing along. Yeah, these are the guys here. And I just thought that was a great picture. They could throw them in there. Bomber Lions in there. This is Owen Rowe in one of his things, and that's the Caveman. I should have had there's the Caveman brothers in the wacky races. And I should have put the Maverick James Lyons with Owen, the Prodigy Lions, two Lions brothers, the two of them with clubs. One of them bang a wooden club over the head with the other one bang bang. I had that basically, but I threw in Starman. Starman is old. Well, he's not old school, but resident top dog. He is. In my mind, he's up there with all of us forever. And Faceman has Penelope pit stop. This is her Penelope pit stop mobile. I've got Owen and Shaky, and there's Jamesy in there. Jamesy's in there. I have to get Jamesy, and that's Penelope. Of course, Dick Dastardly's got a thing about Penelope, and I just think he looks a great Penelope face man. So listen, if any of you haven't seen this wacky racist stuff, it'll blow your brains away. It's absolutely hilarious. Actually, the Anthill mob, they are very protective of Penelope pit stop, and they end up they want to win, but they have a bit, they're sucker for a woman, but she's very, very good natured, and she has all these breakdowns in the cartoons. It's hilarious. Watch it. It's on YouTube. The Christy Nic Go-Go. The weird, it is a weird, wild, and wacky season. But look at the Commando. He's just in control, isn't he? He's in control. So what's next? Okay, next one. Well, we got Shaky again. This must be his fifth time on here. It's not a great picture, but I got Christy Nicholson here, the great Christy Nic, who we've named the league after. The manager of the Christy Nicholson Pub in Ballyhaunis on Bridge Street for like 20 years and more, since the silver dollar, really, since Tom, Curran's had it in town, and before that the McCormick's, and it's just an iconic pub. I miss it to this day. But catch us in Paddy's Bar in Ballyhaunis. It used to be called Gills, and you'll catch Christy serving now and again in the morning and giving us a tip on the horses and the GGs to make the day pay. So yeah, that's an advert for Paddy's. Paddy's now in Clare Road, formerly known as Gills, is the place to be, and I hope to see you there sometime soon. Great people, great management, great clientele. A fortune if Shaky seals the hand of the Christy Nic. A bullet if they fail. See, the movie was called The Narrow Margin. It's an old movie, right? Something to do with the mafia. So a fortune if Shaky seals the hand of Christy Nic. Christy is the damsel here, and there's the gun, and Shaky's there. He's got to save the damsel, and the mobster are after the damsel because she's got the information. She's a witness. They have to kind of finish her in a bad way, in an ultimate way. A bullet if they fail. Starring also Commando Neenan, Daniel Fagan, John Halpin, Faceman Healy, Patrick Caulfield, and James Lyons. These were actually top of the Christy at the time. So there's the Commando there, and there's John Halpin there. So, like, what was I inferencing there? The mafia after Shaky? Oh, look, come on, there's good and bad. And look, listen, it's only a bit of fun. Daniel Fagan, I think he's not in the league anymore. And that woman, Connolly, she left the league as well, because we had about 80 members, but a few left. So Daniel Fagan, I'll have to double check. Is he still in the league? But I think a couple maybe have moved out, because you're not allowed to have two teams in the Christy Nic. There you go. Shaky is 5. It must be 5 times. Shaky maybe an FPL 918. A 918 is code in American slang as he's a 918. Absolute like Lula stuff. So like he was on 918, game week 15 in the FPL. However, he's the most sane in the Christy Nic lunatic asylum. So like we're all lunatics. We're all in an asylum here. The Christy Nic. If you're in the Christy Nic FPL league, you're a lunatic. You're totally crazy. All right. And I'm the worst of the whole lot. I'm definitely one flew over the cuckoo's nest. So I know. I'm always fighting against the ruction in me, but normally the good always wins out. So we got Christy Snowman, Kilcourse here, the patient, and there's the Oracle handover. Are you all right, Christy? I'll give you your pills. You got Sniper in there, Sniper Gilday in there, Shawning. You got the Guru Killer there, Kevin Kilbride. I know I'm good for I like Jerry and Eugene are amazing. And there's myself and Andrew after a crazy night, epic. That was an epic thing where that's where I got that. I superimposed that, and Maverick is in there as well. He's just a total Maverick, absolute legend. Absolutely, you cannot predict this guy. This guy just go. If he does the lotteries, he should win it every time. Really does. He picks the right numbers every time. Kieran Kiley started to get on a run. He backs Kane in game week 19. He's best player of the week. He amasses 92 points, 92 problems, as in I've got 99 problems with what's his name again? Oh, saw him in I saw the rapper. I saw him in Oxygen. With 10k. So he's up to 10k overall, 92 points, great bench boost, phenomenal. Kane says, Kylie, you're one of my own. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That was myself there with Kieran, but I superimposed Harry Kane's face into the hat, the FPL. That's the FPL Top Dogs hat. From 3 seasons ago, actually. Was it three or two? 2 seasons? No, it'll be 3 seasons ago now. So I managed to get them hats out. So I'm a little bit behind, but we'll get them all out to you, and that will be the color. As you can see, Hollywell in the COE in St. Stephen's Day last year, I suppose, 26th of December. They play in that sort of Roscommon colors, and they're absolutely brilliant to watch. So, oh, I've got my Ukraine scarf in there, yellow and blue. That matches with the Hollywell. But am I Brackloon? Black and red. I always get that yellow and primrose. Primrose is yellow. It's blue and primrose. I look good in blue and primrose. Red and black, red and black. Okay, I'll sort this out on a later date. Game week 19. So this is the terrible time. I think it was a double game. Game week 19, whatever. I got 61 points. Chelsea so I wild carded or something after the World Cup, the Gambit. I'm shaken and stirred. Um, yeah, I'm angry. He got injured. This tackle got him injured. Who was it? Who was it? Looks like John Stones to me. John Stones has took him out, destroyed him, and I've lost a captaincy in the home. There's nothing more frustrating in a wild card, and your captain gets downed in the first minute, and the whole thing, my whole psychology was ruined. The whole day. That was a terrible weekend. It's just so frustrating to never get any. You play a wild card, you get no momentum out of it. I'm moving on. Oh, so game week. So yeah, obviously, so 5 weeks later, I'm still miffed off, and I finally get round to doing a mock. Face man in here, Rashford. So these are all the guys that captain Rashford in that amazing game week. He really got a cricket score. I went for Jamie Ward-Prowse, you see, and he started doing nothing. He scored a free kick, I suppose, in game week 23, and he done nothing after that. And I was another rubbish. Oh, let's go. You mean I was absolutely throwing cards up in the air all season, and just total. I was just like the wind. I was aimless. I was blown everywhere. This Oracle, Captain. Actually, this is the Fernandez call with Cal Crumpet Carney here. Great call with Fernandez, and there's Darwin, and obviously, Connor Hussey, a massive Liverpool fan, loves his Darwin there. So that was the Seven Brides for Seven Top Dog Brothers. It's a great film as well. It's an old classic, old Western. A lad goes to Nevada. He meets a woman there. He promises her the world. They get back to his lodge. It's a small lodge, and there's 6 other men there, and they all have to get married. And she's the one looking after the 7 brothers. She marries the older brother, or whoever he was, and he brings her back to the 6 brothers, and she's mothering the whole lot of them. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. It's hilarious. She goes absolutely lula with 6 other brothers, and the whole mission was to get them all married off. That just sums my season up there. Me and Jamie Ward-Prowse. Next. Oh, I need to de-zoom. So yeah, a shout out here from Morgan, the Prodigy Lions here. Good season, game week 23. 109 points. Morgan the Prodigy Lions obliterates the top dog elites with 109 cannonball game week. That's a cannonball there. Super Bowls. The Prodigy symbols there. That's the Gunners. The cannon here with Arsenal, Morgan's favorite team. Unlucky this season, just losing now. I think the season was Arsenal. I think the title was Arsenal's this season. Like, seriously, I think they could have got over that 86 points easy. It's just shocking. Like, some bad results with Southampton at home. The home season, the home form destroyed them this season. It was shocking, really, especially the Southampton result. And the West Ham wasn't great either. And all of a sudden, that's 9 points gone from 12. That's the Christy Nic. So you can see, what I don't know, was he actually leading at the time, or Kieran Kiley was top at the time in February 19th. Joey Neenan was there in second, Shane Healy in third, John C. Halpin, Morgan Lyons in fifth. So Morgan made a great move in that game. Well, 55. It mustn't have been that game week, but obviously he's thereabouts. You know, he must have. 109 cannonball. So I've superimposed the Christy Nic in there. But obviously the 109 propelled him way up that's top five. So that's a shout out for Morgan there. And Morgan, thanks also all the time for giving me lifts. You're a great family. Love Jerry the bits and the mum. And you're great skins, and we're so lucky to have the whole lot of you. Well, I kind of christened Morgan. Morgan, everything he's done in his life is on his own back and his skill, and everything about Morgan, his education, and who he is today. But I just mentioned the prodigy because when we were watching him, obviously his parents and family watched him since he was born. But when I started doing the video on Ballyhaunis, I was going out to under 14, under 15, under 16 games, played here and there, championship Bs, B finals, this and that, and just I've got footage still of Morgan when he's 16, 17, 18, scoring like 6, 7 goals. It's just amazing. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch a lot of this stuff. I've about 10 years of videos and DVDs and masters back at the house, these lads. And I also have stuff of the ladies. I suppose it would have been girls at the time. The ladies senior football team, and they know us. I've loads of old DVDs. I've given out as much as I could. Liam Lyons has got a load of them. I gave everything I had to Liam Lyons, but I have masters, and it's just amazing to capture. You know, and look where the ladies are today, winning trophies, like coming out their ears. So I shout out to the Ballyhaunis GA football ladies and the Camogie and all sorts. We're proud to be a dual club and all sorts, and a female dual club. It's a great club. Might be tinted, rose eye tinted. Oh, here a shout out. This is Han Solo. Aiden Han Solo Fitzmaurice here. Obviously, he had a good game week. That's Salah. Obviously, had a cracking game week. Return of the Jedi mode. Finally, we were all on Salah for a game week where he went ballistic. 21 carat gold medals, so 21 points to keep those on FPL. So he kept us with a bit of faith. Done well. Stret, I was on him. That's me. Stret was on him. Stevie there. This what's his name? Dar. I think Ryan. And that's Starman as well. Dermot Ryan. This guy is a Pupak, an Indian lad that's been in my league since it nearly began. Really, I've never met him, but he's based in India. So all of us were on Salah, so I thought that was brilliant. That game week was really enjoyable for us all, and the crack. So at the end, we're going to go and see what the final mock of game week 38 is, but we're nearly there. I know it's going on long, nearly 2 hours, I suppose. Why can't Faceman take the Chelsea job? This is when Lampard was there. Faceman was just flying up the league. Face can step up from FPL. 1,966 points. 17,912 overall in the world of 11.4 million people. This is the Christy Nic'ers League. This is Faceman Luigi Healy. This guy ripped it up. Game week 29. This guy is looking. Yeah, Faceman could have, he finished fifth, but over seriously, at this stage, I thought like there's only going to be Joey or Face are going to win this. Well, 141 points in game week 29. It's just that was when Frank Lampard, and we all know Face Man's a Chelsea fan, so but he's a proper guy aficionado. This football malark is just he's turning this FPL stuff into kind of a legacy because he is star quality and only one little mishap. So I hope he gets some courage when he's over in Vietnam now. He's over in Asia. Um, Before when COVID hit, he had to come back home as well. Same with Andrew. Well, definitely Andrew Cagnon. He had to leave. There's no teaching and a new future, a new life with his girlfriends and fiancés or whoever it is to come. And COVID destroyed a lot of our prospects. Andy had to come back. I'm just. But what do you do with a beautiful bird or a beautiful parrot or whatever? You put them in a cage. But that's not how beauty of life should be kept. With the Andy Cagnons or Facemen of this world, Stevie Stretts, Jackie Maloney's, we have to let them go out to the world. We need to let these lads go to the world so that they can all experience what we've really took for granted. Well, I haven't. Most people haven't. But what we have enjoyed having them in our lives, in our locality for so long. So I'm happy for the world now. I really am. I really am happy for the world. But I'm so blessed that with social media, I keep in contact with these lads. Fact. So well done, Face, in that game week. Next one, Commando Joey finally gets something of his own. Really took control. Game week 31. Commando finally hunts down the Face Man, parachuting to the top of the Christy Nic with a 71 in game week 31 and an overall 35.7k. So all of a sudden there was a bit of a hit there, that 30, that last game week. 29. So over the course of a couple of game weeks, things really took a change. Okay, so the overall in the Chris Nick went double down to 35, but Commander was there because he is this guy is the mark. The total Commando manual. Well, why them at this is a scene of the new MacGyver where your man parachutes in and there's a helicopter. I love anything to do with helicopters, and Joey Neenan is just perfect. FPL. That's the compass, that's the plane, and that's the medal. So that's what Joey normally gets. He gets the direction, he flies there, then he gets the medal. Infiltrate. This is I haven't seen the new one. Infiltrate, escape, prevail. And that's what Joy, one day with Oracle a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago on the Christy Nic, we all went to bed convinced that the Oracle was ahead. And when we woke up, Joy was ahead by a point. And we said, how the hell did you do that? And this is where the MacGyver thing came from with Joey Neenan and the whole lot. Like, he's just a master of weapons, destruction, and annihilation. He just finds a way every time. And that's why he's the Commando. The Commando is the elite of the elite of the elite. And you're not going to beat the Commando, mate. It's like me, a civilian, the WEG man, going up against a hardened Commando SEAL. It's not going to happen, mate, is it? It's the American flag. I don't know how he feels about that, but class stuff. To command the total Commando manual to winning the FPL Top Dogs League Part 3, as in he's gone for the 3 in a row. He's won the last 2. So yeah. It's just been a crazy season, and Joy will say it's been strange. And here's all of a sudden it's Rory Halford. So it's game week 31, and I get round to doing it. in game week 37, I finally get round to a mock. I was so busy doing so much work and all. It takes ages to figure out doing a video. I want to do a picture that really like this stuff that captures the game week and the imagination and the lads and gives them good kudos and credence to where we are. And it takes ages just to develop it and the whole. Rory the Mission, if you choose to accept it, Harford, Sups, Sesk on the Beach, the name of his team, with Alvarez to climb 2 points clear of Joy, the Commando Neenan, just one floor off conquering, which is game of 37, the Christy Nic. But can James, the Maverick Lions, overcome 60-point deficit? The Steel Top Dogs pop on the final game week 38 Rivercar. I've got a bit of a poker theme with the Maverick, because of the film, the Maverick. There was a great film with the Maverick. The Mission leading after game week 37, 82 points with 2000 and overall. So as you can see, the Christy Nic is tightening up, from the 70,000 in game week 31 to, or whatever it was, 20, then 27,046. So it was going up, but that is still very, very impressive, to have our leader there on sub 50k after 37 game week. So that's Rory Harford there, Joey there in second. This is Tom Cruise's movie Mission Impossible. These are transpositions of Tom Cruise in different guises climbing that building. That's the Maverick there, James Lyons there, strutting the stuff there. Looks like a pole vault, doesn't it? Like it's balanced up there. And it's Joey there, he's sneaking up there. At this stage, I wasn't sure going into it. There was only a point in it, I think, or 2 points clear. It's only 2 points going into game week. So in game week 37, the Alvarez thing really got Joey back, or sorry, Rory back within two. That Alvarez thing and the TA thing, really destroyed it. Just what's the difference in the end? Roy Harford, Mission Imposter. This is courtesy of Stephen Stratt, Nolan, and the dancer Jackie Maloney here. And I'm not sure, but the two of them over in Australia were conspiring, and they sent me two mocks of their own. There's Stevie Stratt there, a Paris thing with the mission getting inspiration. Joey, the Commando Neenan in there. It's Rory in there. I would have had Jamesy Lyons in there with the face there, that little grin that looks like Jamesy when he smiles like that. So have you any you've seen Beavis and Butthead, the cartoon, and Beavis's stare? I don't know if any of you have seen Beavis and Butthead, but if you haven't, go on YouTube, look up Beavis and Butthead and that smile, and tell me which one Jamesy looks like, Beavis or Butthead. That's Han Solo. I don't know where they got that picture from. Aiden Fitzmaurice here with Han Solo. That's oh, terrible season, terrible season. Oh, and there's me here. I don't know why I'm smiling, like, but I should be just as much pain as Han Solo here. But yeah, Mission Impossible, the Christy Nic, who can win it? And it's wildly entertaining. Okay, thanks guys for the mock up here. Yeah, the Godfather, the Guru Father. Thanks anyway, lads. And this is the final mock. This is the whole encapsulation of it. And this is what I have. There's a film called Mission Impossible. I looked on Google, and all these are dog faces. There's like about 15, 12 dogs all here on the red carpet. And the film here, so I don't know, something to do with dog grooming or whatever. I have no idea. But there's Rory Halford there holding the Maverick James Lyons in third. And here's the Joey Commando Neenan in second, holding the Stratford, Stephen Stratford Nolan in fourth. I thought that was a good shout. Got the Oracle in there. I thought that was a good fit in there. Security. Yeah, of course, Face Man and the female team. He's just kind of, it really fits a female form. And there's Shaky there, another Another Colleen there. It looks really good there. Good pose from Shaky there, isn't it? Oh, seriously, mate. You joking me? Yeah, well done, Shaky. Good stuff. And yeah, face man knows he's the biz. Top five. So we have a Hain, a Do, a three, a Cahar, a Kuig. The top five. Shaky done well. He still finished quite well. Top 700k or so. Um, and a half a million there for Oracle. There's John C. Halpin. He came in the top 10, which is where you want to be. Richie Cunningham there. Fergie Great Guns Walsh in there. I've just got a random selection of the lads, the rest of the top dogs here. Duncan Hannon in the middle here, who won the Christie in 2018. Got David McNamara in here. Got Connor Hussey, a great addition, phenomenal addition. He'll come back stronger next year. Great 2 years ago, finished fifth, top five, face man position. Myself here, the Guru Meister, Cahill, Crumpet Carney, great season for Cahill. Congratulations. Snowman, he's a stalwart Ballyhaunis, stalwart Mayo, stalwart Arsenal, and he's just a solid stalwart, whatever stalwart is. As Han Solo, I'll tell you one thing. He's got the hand. He's got the movie star looks. I'm telling you. There's our Owen Rowan here, and got Dara Hunt here, and we got the dancer, and it's a great night out on Epic, and the Starman. Last but not least, in there, through Starman in there. So that's the mock for the game week. It's a bit of a generalized one, but I thought it would be best to get as many people in. Mission Impossible, the movie. If you've ever seen it, I think I'll just go and watch Mission Impossible and see if you can get it on YouTube and just see what the hell it's about. It's about dogs anyway. And who the hell are we? We are the top dogs. We are the top dogs of Ballyhaunis. And doesn't matter where you are, where you come from, as long as you know who you are, you're all the top dogs. It's our league, it's our history, it's everything. Who cares about the overall? One of the lads said, I don't care about the overall. I just want to win the Christy Nic. And that's what it's all about. It's our culture, it's our life. And next season, I'm going to batter some heads. I'm telling you one thing. I won the King of the Travelers a few times, all right? And I know what a fist is like. I know I have to win a King of the Traveler, maybe to get back from 2.1.44 million trillion zillion place in the world. I have to win a King of the Travelers, then 2 years and win the Christy Nic again. Rory Harford, Joey Neenan, James Lyons, and Stevie Nolan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Congratulations, lads. And it's over and out. An absolute mega white thing, mega white thing. So many things to see and do on the tube home through going back to Ballyhaunis on the 8th of July. Hey, let's go into Paddy's in Ballyhaunis. Hey, boys, thank you for everything. You are the best. Mega honest thing. Mega honest thing. Let's get the hell out of Dodge. Thanks for everything, lads. I'm relieved. If you want to do something afterwards, a casual chit chat about how you got on, how you feel for next season. Well, I've laid a lot of ghosts to rest tonight, and thanks so much for joining us here at FPL Top Dogs, Ballyhaunis. And look, glad the season's over. Next season, you're only as good as your last season. Guru Meister out. Cheers.